Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, friends. Wherever you are in the world from, I welcome you to this webinar about the Forex trading career. And today I'm going to look at the Forex trading career as a long term career. And I hope we will be able to give you some good ideas about how to handle your career, actually, how to start first. But first, I want to know if everything is working fine, and do you think the audio is okay? And I will also, of course, look at your questions if you have any. But I want to know if everything is working fine. So can I please have some message from you guys in the chat box? Night Army ji, walaikum salam. Manoj Patra ji, good evening Manoj Patra ji. Salim Sefi ji is there. Hello sir, I am betting. Oh, so you are betting, okay. Trader Wild is saying, sir, Saeed, thank you for your contribution of lecture. I am big fan. Thank you so much, Trader Wild ji. You always say these sweet words. Namaskar, Prabir Roy ji. Okay, everything is fine. Okay, that's good. That's great. Salim Sefi ji and Vikash Gupta. I am from Delhi. I am big fan of Sir Saeed. Okay, thank you so much. Papu Bhai Khan, walaikum salam. Everything is working fine. Sachin Singh, yes, audio is okay. Usama Bashir, everything is fine. Dev Kumar, Prabir Roy, good evening. Okay, great. That's great. And thank you so much, sir. What is access line? Please clarify. Okay. Sure, Prabir Roy ji. I am going to clarify the access line. No problem at all. So I will remove the voice wave volumes first, and I will write down your questions. So guys, you can keep your questions coming, because I'm going to answer your questions at the end. So your questions will be here for quite a while, and then we will answer your questions. Okay, so the question is access line, right? Access line. So we will discuss that. No problem about that. Good evening. And Rajay Kumar, good evening sir. Okay, good evening. Thank you for the opportunity. Okay, thank you so much everybody. So let's go ahead now. Today we are going to discuss something about the Forex trading career, and I wanna ask you a question first. So you may want to answer this question, but you may also skip this question. Don't answer me necessarily, but do ask yourself this question. And that question is, okay, so gold. And that question is, do you wanna make Forex trading as a long-term career for yourself, or only make short-term profits? Okay, so this question is really important because it's gonna home in. If you ask yourself this question, it's gonna home in right at the core of a very important issue that most of the noob traders face, and that issue is that most of the people in the industry, most of the beginners at least in the industry, they think that they just want to make some money and they just want to make some quick money because there is quick money in the forex industry. Well, yes, that's right, there is quick money in there is a lot of money in the forex industry, but it's not quick. So Google Raj is saying, good evening sir, how much maximum money we can deposit and maintain in our octafx account? So you can deposit as much as you want. I mean, you want to deposit, let's say $5,000, $10,000, no problem at all. You want to deposit $100, yes, you can do it, but you can do it as much or as little as you want. And please start with a very small amount, guys. Please start with a very small amount. Don't make a big trading account, because a big trading account might not work in the beginning at least. So please be very careful. Okay, so Elvin G is saying long term. Yes, I gonna make it a long term career. Abdul Muttalib Ibrahim, long term Night Army. Rajay Kumar also long term. So I can see your answers. You all want to make it a long term successful career, right? That's actually what I also want for you guys. So now, whenever you think about a long term career, guys, what do you think about that? If you want to make something a long term career, how do you plan for that? Well, you plan for that in such a way that you don't want to mess it up in the beginning. You don't want to create a huge problem for yourself. You don't want to make it difficult. So what you do is you want to make it as easy as possible, right? That's how you do it, right? So that's the same thing you should do in your forex trading career as well. And most of all, let's say you wanna be, okay, so one more thing, if you wanna be a tennis player, let's call it a world-class tennis player, okay? A world-class tennis player. Let's say you want to be a world-class tennis player, okay? What will happen if you miss some shots, if you miss a couple of shots, and what will you think if you are unable to win the first couple of matches? What will you think? Let's say you want to be a tennis player, a world-class tennis player, not simply a tennis player, but a world-class tennis player. How will you think if you are unable to win some couple of matches in the beginning? So ask yourself this question. Okay? So ask yourself this question. How will you think about that? If you ask yourself this question, most certainly the answer will be that you won't be discouraged. Yeah, Khanji, you will try hard. That's right. Okay, Khanji is asking how much I should invest to earn at least $30 per day. I have good experience so long. Okay, so if you have good experience and you want to make $30 per day, how much for $30 per day? Okay, so this is your question and I will answer that in the end. Sir, what about XAU USD? Okay, we will discuss that because I have already written the gold. So let's focus on this question. You want to be a world-class player, a tennis player, a world-class tennis player, and you are unable to win a couple of matches in the beginning, so what will you think? Well, you will not be discouraged. You will think it's just fine. It's just it's okay. No problem at all. Why? Because in the long run, you can already see yourself in your mind. You can imagine yourself that you are going to have an amazing career in the long run, right? Well, of course, there will be some bad days, there will be some ups and downs, there will be some hiccups, but that's totally fine, isn't it? Okay, so Anil Singhamji is there. Hello, Guruji. So, in the beginning, you might have some problems, and that will be fine for you. Why? Because if you think that your forex trading career is also long term, you will also think in the same terms. You will also start thinking about the forex trading career along the same lines. Why? Because you will be fine when you lose without thinking yourself as a loser, and when you win, you will be happy, but you will not be so excited that you start making some mistakes, right? Well, that's very important as a trader, not only as a forex trader, but also as a stock trader, as a bonds trader. Well, there are so many things, in the world which you can trade. So Manoj Patra is asking for a can't wait for TP. This is a question from Manoj Patra, and I'm going to answer that question. Yes, Krishna ji, you can trade with no problem. That's not any problem. Okay. So, how to start thinking about your forex trading as a career, as opposed to, not in terms of something which is just short term. How do you do that? Well, you should start taking yourself seriously, and most importantly, you should learn to play the game. So tip number 1 is learn to play the mental game of trading. First of all, just learn to play the mental game of trading. You want to become a long-term trading you want to become a long-term trader? Start thinking big and start thinking in terms of a mental game. Rebecca ji, hello. I hope you are doing great and you are learning a lot of stuff from our webinars. When you start thinking about trading as a mental game, you will stop thinking like a loser. You will stop thinking like a loser, and you will think that your losses are just the expenses. Your losses are just a business expense. Now, guys, there are so many businesses in the world, and imagine a restaurant owner or any other business for that matter, but for now we will be imagining a restaurant owner. Do you think a restaurant owner, at the time of paying the expenses of the business, do you think a restaurant owner will think himself to be a loser? No, of course no. Why? Because a restaurant owner knows that these are just the business expenses. These are just the business expenses, right? You have to pay some expenses in order to be able to have a proper business and have a long-term earning source in the form of a business, right? So why don't you stop thinking like a loser and start thinking that your losses are just a business expense? Mukul Kumar ji is there. He's saying, "Aaj market ne bahut mental banaya hai." Okay, Mukul Kumar ji, I can see that. Yeah, today, oh come on, today the market was beautiful one, right? It was just beautiful. Look at this absorption, and then the market is going up. After the absorption, remember we have learned that you can start trading. You can buy on the close of an absorption, and look at that, and then it's coming down, then having a smaller upthrust, and then going up again because the trend was upward, and then it's coming down, and you have another trade right over here, right? So, well, we are talking about this being a mental game. Afaq Noor, I think today market in range. Yes, it was in range. Sometime it was it was in range, and the other time it was in a trend. In the beginning, in the morning, I mean before the London session opened, and at least 2 hours up to after the London session, the market was in an uptrend. Okay, Prabir Roy is saying, sir, in 5-minute GBP USD making distribution about today's FOMC effect on GBP USD. Prabir Roy ji, nobody can predict the effect of FOMC on GBP USD. We do not predict anything. We only react to the market. Yes, it will be a major news, and that's why I have put a red bar on this, because this is when the news will be announced. Actually, this is twin news. There are two news. Okay, yeah, it is interest rate news. Yeah, so this is the one tip that you can have. Let's discuss about another tip, and that tip is learn to play the game to your advantage. Now this is big, guys. This is really big. Play this game to your advantage. Now, how do you play this game to your advantage? How can you do it? That's a very big question, isn't it? A very big question. How can you play this game to your advantage? To understand this, to help you understand this, I will give you an example right over here. So imagine that the market, you're making a very good point. Lance ji, thank you so much. Sir, but there will be a rate hike. Khan ji, we don't know if the rate will go up or rate will go down. We don't know yet. But we will be ready to trade the news in any direction. Okay, in the end, I will also give you some tips about today's news. Okay? Some tips about today's FOMC. All right, so I will give you at the end, but for now, let's take an example of how you can play this game to your advantage. How can you play this game to your advantage? So, you know, guys, the market normally people think that the markets are like this. So there is a accumulation, and then the market goes up, and then there is distribution, and the market falls down, and then there is accumulation, the market goes up and down, and like this. So this is how normally people think the markets are, but the real markets are not like this, and you know this very well. The real markets are something like this. So there is this accumulation going on, let's say, or distribution, and then the market goes up, but it falls down hard, and then it goes up like this, and then there is an accumulation, and all of a sudden the market goes up, but it goes up like this. Remember, yesterday there was a news in Australian dollar, odd USD. So we were trading odd USD. We saw this news. So what happens in the news times, and in some other times also, something unexpected happens. Something unexpected happens in the market, and it happens all the time. So don't worry that it only happens, it only happened this time, or this time, or this time. I mean, don't think that it is only happening that time when you are looking at the market. The unexpected things happen all the time. There are so many unexpected things happening in the market. Nassim Taleb calls this black swan events. There are two famous books by Nassim Taleb. One is Skin in the Game, and the other is Fooled by Randomness. So I will encourage you to read a book by Nassim Taleb. The name of the book is Fooled by Randomness. Okay, so I will also write the name of the book, Fooled by Randomness. So what I am trying to say is that there are some unexpected moves in the market. So how do you take advantage of the unexpected moves in the market? How do you take advantage? Well, there is one way in which you can take advantage of these moves. And how do you do that? There is one way. The one way is that you stay in the market. Stay in the market. Point number one, stay in the market for long time. And number two, first of all, you should stay in the market for long term. And number two, also please do this thing. And that thing is that you should take small risk and put your SL. Always put your SL. If you do these two things, you will have skin in the game, and whenever something big happens, you will be able to get advantage of that big thing in the market. How? Let me give you an example. And I will also give you an example in which we will use something in which a trader, we will take an example of a trader who does not do these two things, okay? So let's say that you are buying a stock, or let's say you are just buying GBP USD, okay? So you are buying GBP USD, there is this accumulation going on, and this is a spring, and you are buying over here, okay? So let's say you are buying over here, you are putting your stop loss just below this one, and you are putting your TP over here, okay? So you put your TP over here, and then you see that there is a big news coming over here, okay? But what you do is you put your TP over here, and there is this jump across the creek, and then you just get out of the market because your TP is hit. You got a profit, but you took a very small profit. It is just 1.68%, right? And then what happens is there is this resistance which was exceeded by the market. The market comes back to test this resistance and makes another spring over here, and then the market is going up and then coming down, and this is the news, and then the market goes up like this, just like this. Now this is something unexpected. Okay, let's say that there was no any news even. This is something unexpected, isn't it? So this is something big. This is something unexpected. But are you there in the market? No, you are not there in the market. You missed this whole move of the market. Guys, remember, you cannot become a professional trader if you miss the moves like this. Big moves like this. You miss these moves and you cannot become a professional trader. I can promise you about that. You cannot make these moves absent in your life. You cannot miss them just. So what you do, instead of quitting just here, if you think this is a good spring, have some courage, please. And for God's sake, please put your TP big. Now look at this. Something unexpected happened and you are in the market and you earned big. Why? Because you were there in the market when something unexpected happened. You were not out of the market, okay? So point number one, stay in the market. Now, of course, this also applies to this situation when you just run out of money because you were making some careless trading errors. So you ran out of money. So let's say you sold over here and then you just bought back over here. Then you made another buy trade over here. It didn't work out, and you made another buy trade over here. So you are making too many trades, and also you are not managing your risk. So what will happen? Your account will run out. You will have zero balance when something big like this happens. So you won't be able to take profit from this opportunity. So what you need to do, guys, is please stay in the game for a long time. Please stay in the game for a long time. Point number one. And tip number two is always put your SL. Why? Because you might have made some mistake, guys. You might have made some mistake. What if you have made a mistake? What if you have made a mistake? What will happen? Let's say you made a sell trade right over here, okay? Because you thought the market is going down. So you made a sell trade over here, but you did not put your stop loss. What will happen? The market will move against you and your account will be washed out. Your account is washed out and you are no longer there to take advantage. Actually, you got a disadvantage because of this big move. Some unexpected thing happened and you lost your account because of this. Why? Because you did not put your SL. Now, there will be so many unexpected things which will happen in the market, but if you always put your SL, then what happens is, if you always put SL, then this happens. When you are wrong, you lose small. When you are right, you win big. This is what happens, guys. If you always put your SL and also stay in the game, then what will happen is, when something unexpected happens, you will win big if you are right. If you are wrong, you will just lose very small amount. So, for example, if you are wrong over here and you have also put your SL, so what will happen then? Your SL will be hit over here and you are just out at a very small loss, right? Because you sold over here and your SL got hit, so you got out over here. No problem at all, because you were wrong, and that's completely fine. Sometimes we are wrong. That's not a problem at all. But what happens if you are right and let's say you made a buy trade over here? What will happen? If you made a buy trade over here, then you will win big. Newbie Mark G is saying, good evening sir, I already watched all of your previous webinars, feel so happy about it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Newbie Mark G. I wish you all the best. Please keep watching all the videos, guys. They are extremely educational and you will learn a lot of things, believe me. So what's happening over here is, when you always put your SL, you win big when you are right. And if something unexpected happens, and if you put your SL, something unexpected happens and you are wrong, you just lose a small amount. Just a small amount, right? Just a small amount. No problem at all. So guys, this is how you do it. Play the game to your advantage. Play the game to your advantage. Sir, there are banks crisis in the US. Is there a lot of chance tonight that they will rise the interest rate? Okay, so I will give you the tips about FOMC today a little bit later, guys. Afaq Noorji, please give me some time, okay? So guys, these are the tips. Tip number 1, you already know. Tip number 2, I just discussed. How about tip number 3? Let's discuss these things. So tip number 3. Tip number 3. What's tip number 3? Tip number 3, guys, is, okay, do you trade during Asian session? If not, which session are the best to trade based on your experience? If London, is it London or New York? Okay, so Okuvona Valentine G, the best session to trade for gold and the Forex is different. So I will discuss the best sessions over here, okay? Best sessions to trade, okay? I will discuss over here. Please stay with us for a couple of minutes more. So guys, tip number 3. What's tip number 3? It's this: don't contribute to the Winners Welfare Fund. So what's Winners Welfare Fund? WWF. WWF. That stands for Winners Welfare Fund. What's the meaning of this? Winners Welfare Fund. Now, of course, this is not something serious. This is a joke. And Winners Welfare Fund is based on this idea that in the market, what happens is that 90% of the people, 90% of traders lose money. And only 10% of the traders win. They win big. Why? Why do you think the winners win big? Why? Why do you think the winner traders win big and they win all the money? Khanji, just think about this. Why do you lose? Why do you lose? You don't have to lose, right? You don't have to. You can also be a winner. You can be a winner trader. You don't have to lose. So why do you lose money? It's because of this idea that you are always chasing your trades. You're always running behind your trades. You are trying to force your trades on the market. That's why you become part of the 90%. If you keep chasing the market, if you keep on just jumping for the trades, and if you don't plan your trades properly, and most importantly, if you don't educate yourself, and yes, of course, if you don't also put your SL, you will lose, and you will lose big. So what happens to the losers' money? What happens to the losers' money? The losers' money goes to winners. Whatever money you are losing, okay, so it should be reverse. Whatever money the losers are losing, it goes to the pocket of the winner. It goes to winners. Why? Because you either lose or you win money in the market, right? When you lose, it goes to the winner. And if you win, it is coming from the losers. So, whatever money you are losing, it goes directly into the pocket of the winning traders. So, point number 3 is don't contribute to WWF. WWF is Winners Welfare Fund. Winners Welfare Fund. So don't contribute any money to that. That means please stop losing money. Build strong habits that will support you. This is big, guys. This is very, very important. This is extremely important. Build strong habits. Mukul Kumar ji is saying, ज़्यादा के चक्कर में गलती होती है. Yes, of course, you are right. You are right. If you are trying to chase the trades, if you are trying to run behind the trades, you will lose money. Guaranteed. There is no doubt about that. But you can win big, no problem. How do you win big? You win big when you capitalize on the moves like this. When you capitalize on the moves like this. And how do you capitalize on the moves like this? Well, you do these two things. And remember, guys, tonight, the same thing is going to happen. I don't know if the market will go up or down. We don't know. And nobody knows. But you can prepare in such a way that you already have a good idea about where the market will go. How do you do that? Well, you just look at the market structures. Just before trading, look at the market structures. Look at the market structure. what the market structure is telling you is gonna be important. Watched all of your previous webinars. Consider an achievement for me since I joined octafx. That's good. That's good. That's great. Welcome. Welcome to the family of traders at octafx. So guys, what's going to happen tonight is that you are going to have a big move. But if you don't put your SL, you will be contributing to WWF, because if you lose, you will lose big when you don't have SL. So what do? Always put your SL and don't contribute to the Winners Welfare Fund. And next is build important habits. Build important habits. There is a very interesting book with the name of Atomic Habits. I'm sure you guys have read it. And if you haven't read it, please go and read this book, Atomic Habits by James Clear. Very important book, James Clear. And in this book, you will find the reason to make good habits. Why? Because let me ask you guys, in the morning, when you wake up, do you think too much about brushing your teeth, or you just do it? Do you have to learn how to brush your teeth? Do you think in the morning when you start brushing your teeth, do you think it is difficult? No. Why? Why? Because this is a part of your habit. This is just a habit for you. So you don't have to think anything about brushing your teeth. It feels so easy, doesn't it? It feels so easy. So if you make some good habits, they will help you. Good habits will help you. Good habits will help you stay profitable. Bad habits, on the other hand, will destroy your account. Why? Because the bad habits, if you have created some bad habits, you will be sometimes in the future, you will be making some catastrophic mistakes. And that time maybe the market will catch you red-handed. Now it might happen that sometimes you just don't follow the rules, you don't put your SL, or you make a bad trade, but somehow you just get away with it. It is possible, yes, it is possible that you just get away with this. But in the long run, bad habits will kill your account. They will destroy your account. Why? Because in the long term, the market is able enough to punish you. In the long term, the market becomes cruel. And if you make an enemy out of the market, if you turn the market into your enemy, the market will punish you, and it will punish you very, very hard. Remember. But if you have good habits to support you, then the market becomes your friend and it is playing along with you. So you don't have to worry about your trading results if you have good habits. So let's make a list of some good habits. Some good habits are putting the SL, putting the TP, entering at the right location, following the the market bias, that means the trend, the overall trend. Nubi Mark Ji is saying bad habits is what makes me lost last time before I joined this webinars. Habit of overconfidence and not setting SL. Yes, these are catastrophic habits. Khanji is saying, sir, will today's news will change ongoing trend? Khanji, I don't know and I don't care. I don't worry about this because I will survey the market just before the news and I will give you some good ideas about the news. Okay, so don't worry about that. Yeah, Lance G, I will give you examples of bad habits also. So the other good habits will be managing your risk per trade, per day and per month, etc. Managing your risk is a very good habit. Keeping a trade journal, very important. Keeping your trading data in Excel sheets. Learning from the markets every day. So these are some examples of good habits. How about bad habits? How about the bad habits? Let's discuss some examples of bad habits as well. So bad habit number 1, not putting SL, not pre-defining your risk. So what some people will do is they will put some mental stops. I have a friend of mine who does not necessarily put an SL in the market, but he has mental stop loss over here. So he knows where he will exit if the trade is not working out. So he has already predefined his risk. That's also fine, but I will always encourage you to put your stop loss. Don't even have a mental stop, because the mental stop loss can be used by experienced traders, not by the beginner. So please don't use mental stops for now. And when you become an experienced trader, that's fine. Number 1. Number two, not taking profits where they are due. So does it happen that you have already earned some, so your trade was okay, your trade was good and you made some money, but you didn't book the profits? You just didn't book the profits. Does it seem like this? Yes, sometimes it happens. Over trading is a bad habit. Abhyas Kumar ji is there. Thank you, Abhyas Kumar ji. Khaja Samir Deen is saying 59 are watching and only 22 likes. Okay, guys, please go ahead and like the video. Thank you so much in advance. Please go and like the video. I need your support. Vinod Kumar ji is saying bad habit is again and again trade for the market. Yes, that's also, yeah, over trading. That's right. Yeah, very right. Over trading is a very bad habit. Not following the rules. So what are the rules? Let's say you have a rule that you will only and only buy on a spring and you will only sell on an upthrust. Let's say this is a rule. You have already made this rule for yourself, but then what happens in the market is that you don't follow this rule. You just buy and sell randomly. So when you don't follow these rules, you are making catastrophic mistakes. And the next one, not analyzing your trading results. So you don't know what are your mistakes because you don't even know the analysis of your trades. Newbie Mark G is saying bad habit 2, aggressive market entry. Yeah, that's right. Aggressive entries. These are also bad habits. Thank you. Yes. Dear sir, please do a webinar on how to trade news. Okay, so we will do that. Molung ji, we will do that. Papu Bhai is saying, sir, in Pakistan, from where can we get these books? I think you can get these trading books from the internet. That's the easiest way. Okay, so these are the good habits and the bad habits. So they are just in front of you now. Good habits you should follow. Bad habits, they will destroy your account. So please don't follow the bad habits. Get out of the bad habits if you already have some bad habits. Next tip. Make it a second nature. Make it a second nature of yourself. You know, everybody follows their habit. Everybody follows their nature, right? So, what happens if you become habitual of something? If it becomes a part of your nature, that you always follow the rules and you always know what your rules are and you follow them no matter what, then this becomes a part of your nature. And you will not have to think too much about this if it becomes a part of your nature. Please make video for spread and how much leverage required for indices to trade. Okay, Neelu ji, we will do that. Anil is saying rules is important to make a money in trading. Yes, that's right. That's right. Very, very important. Without rules, there is nothing. There is just nothing. You cannot make any money in the market. I mean, I'm not saying that you cannot make a single winning trade. No, you can. You can. Because just by luck, you can also make some good trades. But the problem is you will not be able to keep that money because it's not difficult to make money. It's difficult to keep the money that you have made. It's difficult to keep the money. Keep the profits in your account. So, make it a second nature. And how do you make a second nature out of yourself? How do you do that? You can do it by lots and lots of backtesting. Lots and lots of backtesting. Just do a lot of backtesting. Yeah, that's a gambling. If you are just not following any rules and making random trades, then this is just a gambling. This webinar will help me to improve my psychology to large extent. Yes, Abhyas Kumar ji, I hope it will. Yes. Please sir, how do I know the percentage of my every assets I want to trade? Lucky ji, for now, in the beginning, just trade a single asset. Don't trade any more than a single asset. One single asset. You can trade GBP USD or Euro USD or any currency you want. Good evening, Ehsanji. So guys, these are the tips. These are the important ideas from my side. I hope they will help you. Now I will take a look at the questions you have. So, but first, before answering your questions, first, I want to give you a pop quiz. A pop quiz. And I will ask you a very simple question. Are you ready? So, a simple pop quiz. How can you make trading your second nature? What one thing will help you to make trading, to turn trading into a second nature for yourself? What one thing will help you with that? What one thing? Rebecca G is saying, please tell me how to trade with MetaTrader 5. Rebecca G, MT4 and MT5, they have the same functionalities. So you don't have to think about MT4 or MT5. You can do it on any of these two things. These two. Manoj Patra Ji is saying, yes, sir. Okay, Manoj Patra Ji, answer this question. A very simple question. How do you turn trading into your second nature? Ehsan Ji is saying, thanks octafx. Okay, thank you so much, Ehsan Ji. Saeed Khan is saying, salam sir, please reverse today, explain about 5 minutes reversal, how we confirm its reversal. Okay, I will do it. Okay, but first this question. Mukul Kumar is saying, discipline, adopting good habits. Khan Ji is saying, trade like machine. Nilu Ji is saying, okay, trade like machine. Open the chart during, after work or free time. Okay, I will answer this question a little bit later. Mark Nubi Mark Ji, I will write your question. Opening the charts during work. Okay, so this is the question, and there was another question about reversals. Okay, so reversals. Discipline, sir. Discipline. Okay, discipline. Make a good habit, sir. Practice and backtesting. Manoj Patra Ji is right, actually. Yeah, trade with rules, but Manoj Patra Ji is right. How do you turn your trading into a good nature, into a second nature for yourself? Well, you do it by doing lots and lots of backtesting. Remember, lots and lots and lots of backtesting. Just look at this, lots and lots and lots of backtesting. Guys, please take this career as a serious career. It's not gambling, it's a serious career, guys. Mustafa is saying backtesting. Yes. No, sir, I am just answering the pop quiz. Okay. That's right. Okay, Nubi Mark Ji, very good idea. Yeah, you can do it. I mean, you can open your charts during the work also. Yeah, that's fine. OctaFX is good for trade. Yeah, funny mania. Okay, so guys, this is a very important thing. You make your trading, make it a second nature for yourself, so that you don't have to think too much about entering. Where do you enter? Should you buy or sell? Should you sell here? Should you buy here? You will not have to think too much if trading becomes a second nature for yourself. If you turn it into a second nature. Now your questions. So this was not a question. Okay, I'm glad this was not a question. So there is a question about reversals. So first question about axis line. Khaja Samir is saying, sir, please explain a little bit about absorption of volume and how can we find it? Okay. So absorption. So okay, I will start with the last question. Okay, with the last question, and I will work my way upward. Rajat Gupta is saying, please advise support and resistance time frame for intraday basis. Okay, so support and resistance, Rajat ji, can be established with the Asian high and Asian low and yesterday high, yesterday low. Just take a look at these 4 key levels, and the 5th key level is the axis line. So what is an axis line? Guys, just remember this. Axis line is a very important idea. So let's say this is today's market. Okay, so this is today, and this one here is yesterday. So this is yesterday market. All right, and this one right here is, let's say, today's market. So this is today. So what you will do is that you will draw this is the yesterday's high, right? So you will draw a line across this. So this will be yesterday high, and this one right here is yesterday low, right? So this is yesterday high and this is yesterday low. And then you will also have Asian high and Asian low, the high of the Asian session and the low of the Asian session. Okay, you will have the high and low of the Asian session, and you will also have a line in the middle. Why a line in the middle? Because you think it is important. Why? Now, for example, if you think that this point is important, this point, the market falls down and it tests this level and then it tests again and then falls down. So you will have a line stretching from here because this seems to be an important level. So you will extend this line from yesterday to today. You will extend this line from yesterday to today. This line in the middle is called axis line, and this is also a very key important level. Key line. So this is the axis line. It is coming from yesterday, but it's very important because the market tested this level many times. So 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5. That's why. Okay, so GBP JPY. Okay, GBP JPY, we will look at that. GBP JPY, we will look at that. Okay, so $1 million I want to make by trading. Abhyas Kumar ji, I hope you will one day make $1 million. No problem at all. One day we will get old and hardly find an employer. Yeah, that will happen, but don't worry about that because you will have trading. Okay, so you will have trading and you don't have to worry about that, about a job. Let's take a second question, guys, now. So okay, so question number 2. Question number 2 is about gold. Okay, so we will look at the gold and GBP JPY. Okay, GJ. We will look at the GJ and gold. So don't worry about that. How much for $30 per day? So the guy asked a question about how big an account should be if you want to make $30 per day. Guys, please don't think about fixed targets in trading. Okay, please don't think about fixed targets in trading. There are no fixed targets in trading. There are no fixed targets in trading. Sometimes you can make very little and sometimes you can make a lot more than you expected. So please don't make any targets in a day. In a given day, don't make any targets. Okay, so next question. Can't wait for TP. Okay, so I think this question was asked by Manoj Patraji. Manoj Patraji asked, sir, I can't wait for the TP to get hit. So what you are doing essentially is, let's say you are buying over here. The market is going up, but then you cut your trade right over here, right? You cut your trade in the middle. Do you do that? Well, yes, you do. Why do you do that? Because of the fear. So for this, I will give you two pieces of advice. Number one, when the market is moving in your favor, just move your stop loss above the break even. So now you are safe. And number 2, please scale out. So take some profit from your trade. Take a partial close of the trade and then let it run. Patraji, just do these two things. 1, move your SL above the break even when the market has already moved in your favor. And number 2, always take a small risk and take some profits from the market. Okay, then you will not do this. Sir, 30 is not fixed, it's at least. Okay, Khanji, if your trading profit objective is $30, then I think your account size should be at least $500. At least $500, okay? At least $500. So next question is about some tips about FOMC. Okay guys, I will give you some tips about FOMC. Now, honestly, I will tell you that nobody knows anything about today's interest rate change. Nobody knows. Nobody has an idea about what will be the interest rate announced by the Federal Open Market Committee today. We don't know that. But what I will do is I will look at the key levels. And then I will see if the market is showing weakness or strength. So how I will do is, first I will check the trend. Now I think the trend seems to be up. Look at this. The trend, there was an accumulation and another reaccumulation. The market seems to be going up. And remember, this was the absorption area. So market is going up, right? Now if the market is going up, that means the trend is to the upside. But two things can happen over here. Two things. One, either the market will continue the trend over here. From here, either the market will continue to the upside, or the market will fall down from here by taking an upthrust. How do I decide which one will happen? How do I decide? Well, I will look at the market and see if the market is making distribution over here, and then the market takes an upthrust, then I will sell. But if the market makes a reaccumulation zone over here, then the market will take a spring over here and I will buy the spring, and then the market goes up. So this is how we will do it. Okay, Google Rajji, the intraday time frame for day traders is 5-minute time. So you can just follow the 5-minute time frame. Okay, I think that will be easy. Just follow the 5-minute or 15-minute time frame. Any of these two will be okay. Best session to trade. Okay, the best session to trade for Forex. For Forex, the best session is London session. London session. And for gold, the best session is NY session. Okay, very simple. All right, the next one, reversals. How do you know about the reversals? So what will happen, that let's say the market is going up, you will see that the up waves are bigger than the down waves. Okay, so far you can see that the up waves are bigger than the down waves. Then you will have first down wave, and then it will slowly go up. Because of this huge down wave, you can expect that the market will touch these levels and then fall down. So you can make a sell trade over here. Why? Because the reversal is happening because of this huge down wave. So you should always look at the down and up waves. So you look at the wave structure of the market. And guys, remember, there is a live trading session by me on octafx YouTube channel. The name of the session is Wave Analysis of the Market. Please go and check that session. You will have some good idea about the wave structure, and you will know how to spot an reversal. Last question, how to find an absorption. So what happens in an absorption zone is that the market makes a triangle structure. Look at this, it's a triangle, isn't it? It is something like a triangle, and then the market falls down from here. You can make a trade over here because this is a spring of absorption. Because this is a spring of the absorption. Look at this, a spring of the absorption, isn't it, guys? So this is a spring of the absorption. You can buy over here and then the market goes up. Remember guys, I put this arrow in the beginning of the webinar over here. I had already put the arrow. Earlier I put the arrow over here, but then you imagine that if you bought over here, you got stopped out and you can enter again. So you can enter again on this bar. And remember, look at this, the result. Yeah, Tom by SMC also works. No worries. Let her go up in a few days. Yeah, it might go up in a few days. We don't know. We will look at the market structure. Nubi Mark is saying there is double top situation. I don't think so, Nubi Mark ji. There is no double top over here. I don't see any double top. It might be a single top, and then the market might make another double top over here and then goes down. We don't know. So let's go ahead and make an analysis of the gold chart, XAU USD, because many of you are asking about the gold. Guys, you can ask me about any other asset also. Do you want to know about Euro USD, Australian dollar USD, whatever? Just ask me. I will tell you. Okay, so what I will do on 1 hour time frame is that I can already see that the market is going up, so the trend is to the upside, but I will wait for the market to come down to this level and give me a trade. If the market comes down to this level and takes a spring over here, then I will be willing to trade. Let's say the market slowly goes down and then takes a spring over here, then I will buy. Okay, I will buy over here. Okay, so GBP JPY first, and then we will go to Euro USD. Okay, GBP JPY 1 hour time frame, I can already see that the uptrend is going to probably no uptrend, because the market seems to be in a heavy downtrend, heavy downtrend. So what I will do is I will expect the market to go up a little bit up to this point. Maybe if the market goes up, and then I will look at the volumes, and then I will sell over here, just over here, if the volumes are weak and if I see a no demand. Now let's go to Euro USD. Okay, what's happening over here on Euro USD is that the market seems to be respecting these key levels. So maybe, just maybe, I'm saying maybe, the market might take a hit after the FOMC announcement. So look at this. Look at this. A trend channel is in the trend. Okay, we cannot make a trend channel because it is so steep. So I will draw a trend channel like this, and I will put it on the other side, and I can see that it is a little bit overbought. If the market goes up to this level, then I will be willing to sell. If it goes up a little bit over here and then goes down, then I will be willing to sell, because this is an important key level right over here. GBP JPY we have already done, Misraji. So that is the end over here, guys. I wish you all the best. I hope you will one day become a Forex trading expert. Okay, so Khaja Samiruddin was saying, sir, I got Redmi phone and 25,000 Chroma voucher for trade and win contest. Wow, that's great. That's great. Congratulations to you. Okay guys, so that's the end of our today's webinar over here. Please, before going back, please like the video, and if you have any questions, you can always ask us. So that's the end, and don't forget to also join the Telegram channel, because in the Telegram channel we are sharing a lot of educational content free. So you can get a lot of good education from the Telegram channel as well. Thank you so much for coming over here, guys. I wish you all the best. Take care. Goodbye.